Hello everyone, Cup here, and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. I had my closest match ever, well, apart from the one where both my opponent and I went into negative HP at the same time. But this one lasted for quite a few rounds and could have been won by either one of us at any point. Let's get into the game. I am starting out with Giant Specialist and Crawlers and Phoenix. My opponent is Heavy Armor Specialist with Mustangs and Marksman. So I'm going for Arclights here, but I already forgot again what I noticed last time I played against Heavy Armor Specialist. It's the fact that Mustangs actually do not get one-shot by Arclights when the opponent is Heavy Armor Specialist. So this can be a little bit awkward, but let's see what happens. My opponent decides to go for some crawlers to put behind the towers. Just some additional chaff. My Arclight doing work on the crawlers though. And is better at dealing with crawlers than the Mustangs are at least. But yeah, as you can see, Mustangs unfortunately not dying from one shot from the Arclight. I still have some crawlers left in the middle though, and they are going for the tower now. Taking out the tower. And also a sniper. Opponent getting my towers now though. And yeah, with the debuff timing, my crawlers, no chance. I really like Deployment Specialist, but at the same time I keep noticing whenever I pick it, I use it for like 1 or 2 turns and then I'm stuck with not enough money because I want to upgrade units when they level and maybe also give them tech upgrades and everything, and then I don't have enough credits to actually make use of the Deployment Specialist. So I don't know. I'm still not sure if it's worth a lot of the time. It might have been here. So it's 50 and you by skipping you waste an additional 50, so it's 100 in total basically. So if you recruit 3 units 2 times, you already break even. And yeah, it might still work out, but again, I like the additional credits right now to have to spend on something else. And in the next couple of turns I want to upgrade units and such. And I got flanked here on the left, which pulled my units away, and now his crawlers can actually run through to my tower, which is very unfortunate. So don't underestimate flanks. Flanks don't always have to get the tower by themselves or anything. Flanks can also be really good for this very reason, just to pull away a part of the army. But anyways, this was still not enough though. My opponent only has 1 marksman left now. And I'm going to get the tower here and probably get the marksman in time before the timer runs out. The debuff timer. Here we go. Skipping here again. By the way, I went for sledgehammers last turn. I didn't even mention that. Sledgehammers really good against Mustangs and also in general help with They're not ideal, but they definitely help with chaff clear. And especially when you put the sledgehammers vertically, they are actually really good at dealing with crawlers or also Mustangs. So because they shoot one after the other and they one-shot everything, the crawlers at least, and also the Mustangs I think. So putting them vertically here makes a big difference and is actually really good. And I'm adding some Mustangs myself to additionally help with chaff clear, because chaff is basically my problem right now. Once chaff is gone, he only has like 3 marksmen and now 1 arclight. And those will get taken out by my phoenixes. However, not good enough this turn. My opponent went for the additional range on the Mustangs, by the way, and that was what changed the last round in their favor. And I'm getting the armor upgrade on my 2 arclights. It's just so good. And I'm actually, never mind, I don't only have 2, I'm going for 3 more and 3 level 2 arclights. So again, chaff clear was my problem. And now with additional arclights with the armor plating, the Mustangs actually won't be able to kill my arclights anymore, and the arclights should be able to take care of the crawlers as well as the Mustangs. And with those gone, I should be able to win this round. At least that is the plan. Opponent went for additional range on the arclights too. But yeah, as you can see, the arclights, the second from the left, for example, is just tanking all the shots. Tanking 1 arclight and Mustangs. It's not dying. And now all the chaff is gone and my phoenixes can actually take care of the snipers and arclights. I think this was the first round I actually bought 3 units, if I'm correct. So far I wouldn't have gotten the value out of the deployment specialist, by the way. And here I'm getting mad. I accidentally clicked the upgrade for anti-air, and my opponent does not have air. I wanted to pick the elite marksman, which is also a circle, so the symbols are a little bit similar. And for some reason I thought maybe I actually changed my text on the arclights recently, and so the icons moved around. I thought my elite was on the very far right. It is on the very far right on the marksman, by the way. So yeah, anyways, I clicked the wrong upgrade, which is very, very bad because it does nothing here. My opponent does not have air. And it was costly because I already had 1 upgrade on the arclights. So what was that, like 500 credits or something? And that was really bad. I wish there was an undo button, by the way. I feel like I read about and then hear about it from streamers and everything pretty much every day. Everyone wants an undo button. Just for this reason, when you misclick, just undo and do something else with your credits. I think why not? There's no downside. It's not that you can abuse it or anything. It's in the deployment phase, so whatever. Anyways, here we go. Opponent dropped a Vulcan on the right, but it got taken out pretty quickly. And they added some Phoenix. And with my opponents having Phoenixes now, my Arclights can actually shoot something in the air. Though they are not ideal against Phoenixes. They are better suited against wasps. But anyways, yeah, with me wasting 500 credits this turn on basically nothing, my opponent is getting this round now. So I kind of threw my advantage away with that misclick. Orbital bombardment looking really juicy here with the Mustangs, snipers and phoenixes and crawlers, of course. And I'm deciding to shield because my opponent might also pick orbital bombardment. And I'm getting range on Mustangs too, as well as 3 packs of Mustangs. So again, chaff still a little annoying, but also I want something more for the phoenixes. I'm not going for the anti-air because I don't exclusively want my Mustangs or anti-air. And also I like to keep the option to maybe go for the anti-missile upgrade when my opponent, or if my opponent decides to go for Stormcallers. And I don't want to get locked into anti-air basically. Range is useful for all situations. So if you want to deal with air, it's useful. If you want to deal with missiles, it's also useful. So I like to pick range on Mustangs first and then get an additional upgrade maybe later on, depending on what my opponent does. And here we go. My opponent went for steel bolts, level 2 steel bolts, that is. I think he was trying to take out my arc lights, but that didn't really work. The engagement wasn't ideal. I think the positioning wasn't good. Yeah, for my arc lights and my sledgehammers, I guess. But yeah, that was not a good decision. Together with the placement, it didn't really work out. I'm actually going for the missile device specialist, so that my sentries can better deal with the steel balls. Also, I'm expecting this to maybe be the last round, which is why I'm placing 4 sentries in the front there. And now I'm actually getting the upgrade that I wanted to get earlier, which is Elite Marksman on the arc lights. Upgrading some Mustangs too. And yeah, that's the round for me. My opponent went for a level 2 Vulcan with parasitic ammo. Very scary. Very, very scary. Vulcan with parasitic ammo in general, just super good. And then also level 2. I don't have steel balls, I don't have leveled phoenixes, I don't really have leveled... No, I don't have leveled marksman either. So I really don't have good damage to take out the Vulcan. Some flank coming in to pull me away again, I'm assuming. Missiles hitting though and taking care of the steel balls pretty much. Vulcan in the middle, taking out my crawlers and just spawning so many crawlers themselves. And together with the phoenixes, also taking out the arc lights. And my flank units coming in and cleaning up some, but they are pulled to the right because of the flank, and so the middle was open and the opponent was actually able to get the tower there. So yeah, the leveled phoenixes on the opponent's side together with the Vulcan, really, really strong. Just in general, Vulcan and Phoenix, two unit combo that is just really, really good. And they are cleaning up here. I'm also getting pretty low. So any round now might be the last. And I'm skipping again. Didn't see anything useful for this turn. And I'm deciding to go for some melting points. Because, again, as I said, I don't really have the damage to deal with the Vulcan. This is also a bit risky though, because the Vulcan has parasitic ammo. And my melting points might get distracted for quite a while by the crawlers. Also getting the range upgrade, and I'm taking a credit. So yeah, I'm expecting this to maybe be the last turn. Range upgrade on the melting point, by the way, pretty much always the first upgrade I pick, and I think it just makes sense. It needs to lock on quickly and needs some space. Opponent spawning a Rhino in my backline on top of my crawlers and Mustangs back there. Picking up a shield, expecting some more sentries, but I didn't have money for sentries this turn. I also got the energy diffraction or whatever it's called on the melting points, by the way. So that's how I decided to kind of deal with the crawlers from the parasitic ammo. However, on the very far right, too many phoenixes, too much damage coming in. And I don't have too much chaff in the front, because the Vulcan is taking all of those out and the leveled phoenixes taking care of my melting point pretty quickly. Left side I'm winning, because the Vulcan and the leveled phoenixes are on the right side. Taking out the tower too. So depending on how this engagement goes, I could win this round. Vulcan finally locked on now. However, the Phoenix is coming in. And nope. Taking out my melting point. And I'm not winning this round. And am I dead? I am not dead. 122 HP. So this is super close. Nuke here. Yeah, nuke looking pretty good. Especially given that this is probably the last round. I'm deciding to get some crawlers, put in the front and mobile beacon. And the point is to pull the enemy units kind of closer towards the nuke. At least that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not sure if it's working or not, but we will see. So I'm trying to pull the ones from the very far right and the ones from the middle kind of towards the nuke here. So I get as many units in that circle as possible. And I'm getting the anti-air upgrade because the Phoenixes are really a problem for me now. Phoenixes too strong, taking care of my mating point way too quickly. So I'm hoping my Mustangs with the anti-air upgrade can take care of those. Taking a credit, getting the additional range temporary buff. It's really strong, especially later on, by the way. So if you expect the game to end this turn, you should probably get the additional range temporary buff from the tower in most situations. Not all situations, of course, but in most situations. And here we go. I don't think I was able to spend all my money because I'm slow and I'm a boomer. But let's see. Pulling kind of works. The ones from the left coming over a bit. The ones on the right going straight. And boom. Nuke hit, however the shield was still alive, so the Vulcan actually didn't take the damage from the nuke. Very unfortunate. And my melting point on the right is getting targeted again by snipers. The phoenixes got taken out though, so that's why my melting point on the right was alive for so long too. So the anti-air upgrade was really good here. I have one melting point left, kind of low. And my opponent still has the beast of a vulcan with the parasitic ammo, and they get my tower on the right. This is very unfortunate. Only this melting point left basically, and like one phoenix and one arclight. Melting point with the range, taking care of some more. Oh yeah, getting the vulcan. This was very close. If I didn't get the vulcan there, I probably would have died. This is so close. And my melting point actually staying alive. However, it's still not enough damage. My opponent now at 58 HP. Picking up the electromagnetic blast here to disable some tags, get rid of potential shields and slow the opponent. Getting the range upgrade from the tower again, leveling my melting point, very important. So far my opponent's answer to my melting points was the leveled phoenixes, but the phoenixes get taken out now, kind of, by the air upgrade, anti-air upgrade Mustangs. Maybe also a little bit by my anti-air arclights that I have on accident, but they don't do that much. Deciding to level all kinds of units here. Taking a credit, last turn. This must be the last turn, for sure. Placing some sentries. I still have the additional sentry damage from the card that I picked up earlier. Leveling some Mustangs on the right to help deal with the Phoenixes still. And here we go. Taking out the shields on the Phoenixes on the right too with my electromagnetic blast. Melting point on the right, kind of stuck on Mustangs. However, my Mustang's taking out the Phoenixes, and the opponent's Phoenixes have the revive, by the way, the quantum reassembly. Melting points getting stuck on crawlers in the middle that get spawned by the vulcan. Melting points now finally taking care of some Phoenixes and also locked on to the vulcan now. And the vulcan goes down. My opponent went for more stormcallers, by the way, but they don't do enough damage. Not against leveled melting points. And yeah, my 2 melting points still alive, taking care of the rest. And this is finally the game. GG. Took a while. Melting points with range and the energy diffraction or whatever it's called to attack multiple enemies was kind of important here because of all the chaff. I couldn't clear the chaff quickly enough that kept spawning from the parasitic ammo. So I thought the energy diffraction was good here. And yeah, the anti-air upgrade on my Mustang's also really important to take off the Phoenixes. And this was the game. Hope you enjoyed. This was really close and really fun. I like these types of matches where it's really close and you can't really tell who's going to win. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Take care and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!